What is up, guys? In today's video, we have an Inside the Mind style video. I'm going to walk you through my thoughts and decisions as I play in Fortnite Zero Build. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, find it helpful, informative, or interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you like to see more, and comment down below what you think of Fortnite increasing the Stick of Truth spawn rate, because that is one of the many changes that happened this week. For some reason, over the course of this week, we didn't get any like major game-changing update, but we did get like several meaningful changes sprinkled throughout. So like on Wednesday, they increased the crash pad spawn rate and made them drop in stacks of 3 rather than 2, which is something I've wanted ever since the South Park update dropped, and it definitely has made the game feel a lot better. And then on Friday, they increased the Stick of Truth spawn rate from 40 to 60, so you should be seeing the Stick of Truth a majority of the time. And then also, they made some of the zones move a bit faster. So I don't think it was like a drastic difference to any of the zones. It's like 10, 15 seconds here and there to each of the zones in the game. But it does shave off some of the game time and make the game move a bit faster. I don't think it's any, drastic change that you really need to be worried about. Especially if you're someone who is like active in the match. If you're someone that takes like an eternity to loot your, starting POI, it'll maybe be a problem. But I think for most people, it's not really going to be a change that affects anything. We land at Classified Canyon this game. This has been a solid POI all season, but with the crash pad spawn rate, I like this, with the spawn rate buff to crash pads, I like this place even more. Because in the bottom, there is 2 guaranteed rare chests, and then also 2 potential regular chests as well. And because of the way crash pads spawn in chests, like the spawn rate was increased with the changes by 50%, so a pretty significant increase to them in chests. But also the rare chests have like 2 like heal utility spawns. So you just have a lot of potential chances to get crash pads when you open this. And when I do land here, I want to try to get to here as fast as I can, because the player down here first, I feel like has like a distinct advantage, not only in terms of getting the loot, but also initially there's only 3 ways in through the zips. And so if anybody comes down here, you'll know they're coming, and then you'll also probably know where exactly they're coming from because of the way the zipline audio is. And then the player dropping down kind of just has to react in real time to you. And so you kind of get to dictate the pace of that fight if you're already down here first, and that gives you a pretty big advantage, I think. Would be unfortunate if they drop down like right now as I'm going for the loot. But oftentimes, if you're quick about looting this, it'll be fine. Usually turn it on and then like wait a bit to go down here, because everybody can kind of hear the door, the like alarm going off. Everybody can hear that, so a lot of people do come running usually. So we got 1 spawn of crash pads, which is fine. It's not as many as I wanted, but it's definitely better than 0. No, we can hit this and get out of here quick. And there is several car spawns around this area as well, which is nice, because with the Stick of Truth spawning and the zones moving a little bit faster, having a car is nice to have. There was somebody like footsteps I saw, but I don't really care to get it. It's like whatever. I'll just leave. I really don't like fighting up top if I land here, because if you're fighting up top, what will happen is there's like floor loot on that stuff, and people will land on it and then fight each other on top of the triangle thing there. But like anybody on these mountains here has like an easy line of sight on like potentially cleaning you up. And if you're fighting somebody on there like that off spawn with no shield or anything, it's probably going to be like a somewhat random, messy fight. That's another reason why I just like try to dip to the bottom as fast as I can. I'd rather fight them inside when there's less chance of third parties. Bro. Somebody's already posted up on there. And they have it like blocking the ascender, so no one can get up to them unless they like wingsuit or something. Dude, there's a purple pump here. Unfortunately, no. I could get a blue one, but I'll just save my money for now, because I don't have that much gold. If I was stacked on gold, I would buy it, but I'd rather save and potentially buy a better one in a moment. What do we get? Gold rush? with the stick of truth spawn rate being high, I just want to try to get as many kills as I can before it actually spawns. And then obviously get like a decent loadout that I want and stuff. But I think playing with the stick of truth games is so much easier if the lobby is more dead. This guy's just posted up there. Get more crash pads, which is nice. I think I heard somebody wingsuiting. And they're wingsuiting onto me. Alright. No, this is actually an AI, I think. But I was gonna say... It's kind of chalked. I would drop my bunkers for a wingsuit if there was one on that body, and then also wingsuit up there if they were like heavy fighting. Because I would like for this person to not be alive. Just camping the rock. Surprised they even have like enough ammo and stuff to make that happen. But anyways, what I was trying to say is like the stick of truth, a lot of the chaos is just like several people being forced into a small zone. And if you can kill the lobby before it spawns, it's going to be easier than if there's, you know, a bunch of people up. And so trying to play aggressive and get a bunch of kills will help you. Guy landed in front of me. I don't know. I thought he was just going to run up and try to use the vending machines, but I'm guessing he knows I'm here. Maybe he's using that bush. No, man. All right. Again, I was waiting for that car to like come use the gas station. And then that guy shot at the car, so I'll shoot at him. Oh, there's somebody else here. I was lucky. I think this was the person that wingsuited in and was like hiding in that bush maybe. Oh my gosh. Alright. Oh, we're chill. But yeah, I think that was the person on top of the gas station, I think was camping in that bush as the car drove past. This guy was the car player. And I got no audio on him at all pushing me. That's one of the ways that crash pads are like pretty OP compared to shockwaves, is that you get like no audio on somebody pushing you with crash pads sometimes. Zone is maybe going to be a problem for me here. But luckily, I just had decent pump shots. The guy who was the final player I eliminated, I think it's a gingerbread lady. She was definitely expecting me to be much more weak than I was. But the person who dropped down off the top of the gas station just didn't do anything. And I feel like gave that person kind of like false confidence that they were third partying something that they just really weren't third partying. I was like fresh and ready to fight. They got kind of clickbaited there. But now we have double gold weapons. Unfortunately, I have slurps. It's not the biggest deal, but I prefer big pots. I could buy big pots, but it's whatever. But things are good. Full bunkers, full crash pads. Didn't hit as much shots on this guy as I would have liked, and I don't really know where he went. Probably would have been better off just not shooting him at all. But that's like... You can't really know going in, you know? Like, I don't intend to miss a bunch of shots there. If I had fried him good, it'd be a free kill. There's an AI. We'll see if this guy moves up. Unfortunate I missed every shot again on somebody wingsuiting. Alright, you are a freak. Tried to jump out like behind him. Like I thought he would be running around this way. And I could like jump behind him and break his camera, but it just didn't work. But it still kind of worked. Like, I don't, that was like such a weird fight. We'll get crash pads back. I don't get the bunker back though. Get bigs. Only one. There's only 9 opponents remaining, which is good. Like, if the stick does spawn, it's not going to be that crazy of a game. There's a car parked over there. I would like to heal it and then... Okay. I was going to say I would like to heal it and then use it for myself, but... This person beat me to it. I was just going to wait in that bush for like my stamina to regen and stuff. And then he took it in that time. It sounds like he stopped here. And... I hit him a lot. This should be a kill, but I've been terrible at shooting wingsuiters this game. I wasn't going to chase him, but it sounded to me like he stopped on that hill. And so I kind of need to kill him there because I'd done good damage to him. But if he's going to stop up there and heal, now he's like sitting on that hill potentially like holding me. That guy's going to be a problem. And so... That's why I pushed. Like, I wasn't going to chase the car just off, like, the 100 damage I did to him. And there's no point. I'm just going to use all my crash pads, and then he's going to be gone. But if he's stopping up here and healing, he's going to start fighting me once he's done healing. And so, like, I have a small window of an advantage that's kind of closing as he gets healthier and healthier. And he probably got no audio on me pushing him because crash pad. Shots over here. Man's in the balloon. I hate fighting people in the balloon. Okay, nice. Kind of like a very messy fight because the person who jumped out of the balloon just pushed with like dual shotguns. I think they were like dual shotgunning from way too far away. But anytime I hear people like dual shotgun fighting, it's something I really want a third party. Because it's usually a fight that's very messy. Sometimes you'll get really unlucky and someone just like intentionally dies for free, I guess, and doesn't shoot the person shooting them in the face with dual shotguns. But a lot of time it's a fight where both people are kind of very close to each other. So you'll know where they are. And then they're just kind of trading damage. And so even if the person does win the fight, it's very susceptible to getting third partied. And you'll kind of know exactly where they are because it's audio. Like, the dual shotguns have no range. So if it's getting used, they're probably both right next to each other. Sadness. And Stick of Truth is... I don't think it's spawn this game. I think Zone 6 is... I think it can spawn between Zones 3 and 6. Poor guy. He's like exposed in that bush and doesn't know. My AR needs to be loaded. Nice. I think there was somebody else wingsuiting. I was going to say my AR needs to be loaded, so I want to one pump him, but he just drops down in wingsuits. Lose a free kill. Also, maybe could have swapped with that tac AR there, but I was expecting him to stay in the bush. There's somebody already like in the new side of zone, but I'm going to try to heal this car here. It's a bit greedy. Might cost me, we'll see. $100 damage from that far is so nice. Somebody else wingsuiting. Dual shotguns cost him. Hit him like 80, which is not the most to push off, but it's like good enough, especially if he's thinking it's going to be a close range fight, and it's just not. He's coming back late in the game off Kenny too. It's going to be hard for him to regain. was gonna say, I think he would just try to land back for his loot and try to 50-50 me, because that'd probably be his best chance to get anything this late in the game. The other player is somewhere. I expect them to be in Riptides, but you don't really know. I think I may have just seen them on the roof. Okay, no. Thought I saw them there. I don't know where the glider went. Did you just land back there? I thought I saw movement. Trying that bush across the way just to see if there's anyone in it. I think the person I just shot for 120 wasn't the person who came back off Kenny, but I could be wrong. I didn't get the best look at their skin, but it looked like a female skin. And the person I killed that had Kenny was a guy. And so if I'd killed that lady, that's huge. Because the person who had Kenny and came back is probably pretty shambles still. They're fighting. They're not really fighting though. This guy's just ARing, trying to hold him. He's not like taking any damage of his own. But him being... Yeah, I was going to say him being interested in that allows me to like get ahead. Yeah, that's the one that probably has more loot. They were shooting that way though, so the other guy's probably somewhere over there. Probably, you know, you never know with Fortnite. I'm gonna try to get on this roof just because it'll be easier for me to move from here to the next zone. And I see more from up here, which is nice. They're probably just gonna try to wingsuit in. I don't know if they have one, but a lot of times when you get a very slow end game like this and nothing is happening at all, it's because people are trying to wingsuit in. If he tries to use a golf cart, it's GG's for him. That thing is terrible. Yeah. The other guy is probably going to be doing something right now. He knows one person's wingsuiting and that I'm like hard shooting at the other one. So I need to be like, okay, he's at his arm. I'm going to say I need to be ready to get third partied. And if I did get third partied, I was probably just going to jump twice and then crash pad out of there. And this was the guy that came back off Kenny. And he can't really do anything at all because he only had a shotgun. As I said, he didn't really get much opportunity to get loot. Unfortunately for him, he got the pump, which I love the pump, but like I said, I think his best bet maybe would have just been trying to like jump on me and fight for like getting his loot back. It could go wrong in the other person third parties, but in a match like that late in the game, there's not much area for him to loot, and then there's not much like bodies for him to get either off people that like died in that area. So it's just like really hard for him to regain in that situation, and that's why I was like way more concerned about the other lady. But that is going to be it for this video. As always, if you guys did find this to be helpful, informative, or interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.